Cause I know we've been sitting up here talking. Shock,
Yes, man.
hi. You wanna how you doing?
I'm good. I was talking to the prompt because this is
Hmm.
one of the more because I was hearing y'all earlier about I guess y'all as an FBA who differentiating themselves from the xenophobic rhetoric and people who really just really on a lineage based thing, which I can rock with because I'm, you know, by lineage I'll be FBA, right? So my thing with it is, it seems that people do not want to say that there's a leader when I feel like that was something that I feel like not being a leader when there is a leader and we know who the leader is a way for uh, Tariq to
For shock.
throw the
Don't
rock
say
at
that.
how this is.
Hold on. What's your intention here tonight?
I really was going. It wasn't really about
Let
Tariq.
me cut my
I was going to
camera
actually
on.
ask
Hold
some
on.
questions to FBA.
But since you did, what's your intentions here tonight?
Okay, I was going to ask the real FBA who not really on the BS, right? Okay, I was going to wonder how can we?
Don't do that.
Okay,
That pissed
how,
me off. Don't try to
What,
be slick.
yeah,
what
what you
I
consider the
man, I
BS?
ain't even get the damn. I
Yeah,
brought
I
up her
know. I'm
name,
just
man.
saying, chill out. What you just did, because I don't have a leader. I'm here to
yeah,
tell you right now, I don't have a leader.
yeah.
My daddy ain't even my leader. I'm a grown
What,
woman. I do not have a leader.
No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm just
what
talking
So
you
about the
when
one
you
consider
who
the
do it
said
and
we
BS?
turn the
all
credit
know
for
who
who.
the leader, hold on, the black. We all said you said we all know who the leader is because I don't have a
Right.
leader. I don't.
Well, what I'm saying it from terms of if you Google FBA lineage, Tariq Nasheed's name is gonna
Why
pop
you
up as
keep
the founder
mentioning
and the creator.
him? Why you
Because
keep
that's what
mentioning
pops up when
him?
we talk about FBA.
But we not
Literally.
talking about him. You think FBA is a person?
I think
So
that was
you
the
can't.
creator
So
of it.
what are you trying to tell me here tonight that you can't talk about foundational Black Americans without mentioning T?
I could talk about us black Americans, yes,
Yeah,
who
let's
descended
talk
from
about
slavery.
us Black Americans because everybody don't go by FBA. You know what I mean? So but we all the same lineage, right, Shock?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm you me, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So we don't have
And
to
that's the
worry
point I'm
about
coming
no
from. Not
man
to
who
interrupt.
coined the phrase, whether he coined it or not. I'm still gonna be of the same lineage as you, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we ain't
Absolutely.
even gotta talk about him.
Because the sister earlier said, well, whether you claim it or not, you are because of lineage. And it's like, okay, so since I'm by default FBA,
Hmm.
then I do have some things to say as somebody who
Okay,
was
well, yeah, go
for
ahead.
my
I want to
people
hear what you got to
before.
say, cause
Yeah,
I
I was
had
for
something
my,
to say too. You ain't by yourself, but go ahead.
yeah, well, as somebody who was for my people before the term came around, right? I was wondering what we can do as Black Americans, who right now we see an administration who's rolling back our civil rights, taking away our history, basically trying to commit an erasure of us. And it's the same people who, and I heard somebody bring up the Dawson Act, who separated the freedmen from the Indians, the same imperialism that has hurt us for centuries. What are we doing to combat that? Because I feel like sometimes our focuses have been diverted. Hold on. Yeah, our focus have been diverted from the real problems of the matter, where it's like this is the most forward administration when it comes to disdain for Black Americans, right? Uh, where they're like openly not liking us. They're openly erasing us. So I was wondering how we gonna put our since this is an FBA group that seems to be looking for real solutions. How we
Right?
gonna put
Yeah.
our efforts together? Right.
When you
So how
say
we
this
gonna put our efforts together?
wait a minute, hold on. When you say this administration, you talking about the Trump administration?
Yeah, I'm talking about him.
Well,
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna open it up so other people can talk. I'm gonna tell you how I look at it. If I'm looking for when I cast my vote moving forward, probably for the rest of my life, I'm going to be looking for someone who aligns with my beliefs. With my beliefs, and also who's going to do something specific for my people alone. That's what I'm looking for. And if it's somebody pushing things that I don't agree with, they won't get my vote. Now, other people, you know what I mean? I don't know what to answer, but I don't see, I didn't, as far as administration go, I don't know. What do you want? What administration you think we should be aligned with? Are you going to say Democrats?
I would have been independent, and my political party would have
Exactly.
been
I
considered
feel
radical.
independent
But
too. I feel independent.
but us aligning, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt, but us aligning with the right side is absolutely detrimental to us, and it's been proven since oh boy got in office.
Right, but
You know what I'm saying? Do I like?
but you know all
I'm
FBA
sorry.
people, you know all people who claim they FBA didn't vote for him, right?
I hope not, because we're
No, they
primarily
didn't.
black, so majority we
They
didn't.
didn't. They
You know what I'm
didn't.
saying?
Hmm.
And it was just one point I'll land my plane.
Okay.
So when it comes to them, right, we know their policy is when it comes to their diaspora, right, they gon' they gonna mix themselves up with Europeans from Germany, from Italy, whatever, to increase their numbers so they can have more political power. I feel like it does us a disservice to feel like we're delineating like them when they're really using the strategy of okay, even if you're not American, quote unquote, you're white. Because let's be real, oh boy in the office came from Germany and his wife came from I don't
But see, let me see.
Yugoslavia or
I'm
wherever
gonna
she
land
from.
your plane for you, Shaq, because I hear what you're saying and I see where you going. And you know, you're entitled to your
Yeah,
own opinion. Yeah, you believe in the flat blackness. You don't think we should delineate, and I understand that.
I think it's a geopolitical thing. It's not really flat
Uh,
blackness because
but
we're not going to
right.
even like y'all said earlier. Y'all don't even have everybody who FBA on code.
Right, that part. So I just feel like I don't know. We all gonna be different. That's all I can say. We all gonna think different, Shaq. I don't think you will ever convince everybody to want to be to not delineate and have specific things for Black Americans. I just don't see it happening. Go ahead, the Black.
Okay. Now that's something else.
Hold on, Africa. The Black one to respond. Hold on. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I mean, the whole point of what delineation is, because FBA is just another identifier like Negro, Black American. It's just an updated term for the time. Just like the elders from the '80s, they went to African American because they seen black wasn't Negro wasn't for the times no more. FBA is for the times for the new generation and for all those to identify as Black American who's been in America, separating ourselves from new incoming Black people since the '60s and be a little bit before. Also, the like, if you can't lead yourself and be accountable of yourself as an individual, yeah, you probably need to join an organized group like the Nation of Islam, the Democratic Party, Republican Party, whatever, NAACP, whatever, the Boule, because those are for individuals who have no individualistic type of ideas, but still know how to come together as a community and have responsibility for yourself and your family. And that's the whole point of what we're doing. Because we understand we all have different stories. You can't just put the same blanket narrative on everybody because everybody family wasn't slaves, everybody family wasn't Indians. So that's why we are combining the Black American diaspora because we are our own diaspora. We've been dispersed throughout this whole country since the 13 colonies. And that's the whole idea. We're not supposed to all be on the same page because we live in different states. It's pushing a certain code where we're being proud of being American and also being proud of being black and pushing forward the same positions our elders before us been trying to push. And that's making sure we have a slice of the American pie.
So did that answer your question? Go ahead, JT.
I'm gonna let him answer that one first.
Oh, um, right. When we talk about the slice of the American pie, right? We know we own about 4% of the wealth in this country, right? We've been fighting for this for like 400 years going on now. Now, I'm not taking away anything from my Black Americans who fought for it, right? I was just wondering, like, so when we got these people in the office trying to redistrict areas and stuff like that, and all types of stuff to disenfranchise our vote. How is it going to help us that we know when we look at the polls, we know that the Mexicans aren't aligned with us, the YTs aren't aligned with us, and the Asians on the line with us, what good is it going to do if we isolate ourselves when it comes to political power? Unless y'all just don't agree with the political system in general, and we got another alternative to get more than 4% of the wealth in this country, because that's a high end number. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just looking for real solutions that I can get on with that. I'm like, when it comes to the other banter, nah. But if my people are trying to galvanize, like I said, and come up with real solutions to make sure my kids can eat, or we get more than 4%, or we get what's due to us, cool. Because we've been was supposed to get that 40 acres in a Tesla by now. You feel me? So it's like, boom. Other than that, I feel like I don't want us to fall into the political trap of isolating ourselves even further when we actually have no allies in this country whatsoever. You get what I'm saying, Black?
We never had any allies, and that's the point of being politically independent and politically intelligent and involved. Like, I don't understand what's stopping individuals from actually doing something within your community and spreading awareness, because majority of the population don't vote. So regardless, people vote within their party lines. The issue is getting people who are disengaged involved, and that's what the political system is afraid of. People who are disengaged get involved, and that's what Trump did. He got a lot of people who are disengaged, never cared about politics, involved in politics, especially a lot of black people, because politics been a lot of top subjects within our community lately, because everything he does, it either scares the left, it interests the right, and it's just funny to people in the middle, because we don't care. We know how to survive. And us trying to keep on measuring up to YT people, I could care less about what they have and what we don't have, because when you really compare it, they always been less than us. That's why they always try to take over our towns, destroy what we got, what we build. They want to take that over because they can't compete with us on an even playing field. I understand that. I understand racism in America, and I can still maneuver the way I want to maneuver. Yes, I want it to be a little better for the future generation, but that's the whole point of our battle being in America, is to ensure each generation does a little better for the next generation till we fully liberalize. But we can only do that if we clean house and get all these other people who are trying to detract us from what we're trying to do.
Hold on, JT, go ahead.
Yeah. So, and I also wanted to address what he was saying about the politics, and that's part of the issue, that delineation is necessary, right? Because when we look at people in politics who've represented us in the Democratic Party for the last, I'll say, 30 years or so, right? You look at people like Obama, people like Kamala Harris, people who have openly been in defiance of Black liberation through reparations, or really, to be honest with you, anything that would benefit Black Americans. You look at people in politics now, like Byron Donalds, like Winsome Sears, talking heads like Candace Owens and Myron Gaines. You know, these are people with immigrant backgrounds. And unfortunately, what we found is when we start to look into our politics is that when people like Obama get into office, their main focus is on immigration. And because they have immigrant backgrounds. So that makes sense. As a matter of fact, Obama brought in two major legislations that practically changed the way that America is. And that was the DACA program, the Dreamers Act, and the LGBTQ gay marriage. So we had our first quote unquote Black president, and he jumped out there to create legislation for immigrants and LGBTQ. And to date, nobody can tell us what he has tangibly done for us, nor Kamala Harris as a vice president, or had any plans to do. And this is the problem that we've had with the Democratic Party. I would say that most Black Americans have probably not supported Donald Trump. But I think the one thing that we can all agree on as Americans is that he wants to put America first. And that's something that's resonating with Black Americans, because we're seeing how immigrants are coming to the country, and in places like Chicago, getting all types of benefits and incentives, while Black Americans are left holding the bag. And we just don't want to see that anymore. And the reality is that when Black immigrants come over here, they don't align with us. We opened the door and waited for that opportunity. But black immigrants come over here and they move in the very same way that all immigrant groups do. We both know that that's true. When they come over here, they're going to come into our communities and siphon out any type of resources, be it minority benefits through scholarships, through grants and loans, housing, whatever that they can get out of their minority bag. But they're not, that their dollar's not going to bounce around in the black American community, is it? They're going to send their resources back home to their people. And then when they get their weight up, they're moving away from us into a little Haiti or a little Jamaica or a little Africa town. Right. In the same way, it's going to be a little Havana, a little Chinatown, so on and so forth. Right. Everybody uses black Americans to catapult themselves into a position and then leave us behind and then turn around and tell us we lazy. We don't have culture. We're this and we're that. And black Americans are just tired of the disrespect. And if it's going to be like that, we're just saying we don't have to hate nobody, but you're going to have to get it out the mud like we had to. We're not going to fight your fight in the same way that you're not going to fight fights for us.
TikTok shop.